Naked Shamanism. Welcome to With Insights Radio. I'm your host, Iggy Garcia. I will take you on a journey across the universe through shamanism, metaphysical, and holistic. So sit back and relax and enjoy the show.
This is a little ceremony I'm going to hold here for those who are not well. I'm also going to hold a ceremony for Mother Earth too. Give thanks for all her gifts. Give thanks, for her support in holding us and protecting us and sheltering us. And sometimes we're disconnected from Mother Earth. We're disconnected from her love and her energy and all she does for us. And I want to give thanks to the higher power, that be God, the angels, whatever you resonate with, your guides. Give thanks to everybody. And to help us find our balance and find our harmony in our connection on this big blue ball that we all share. Because I know right now we're kind of displaced and we think we're separate from the things that are around us. A lot of people who listen to me understand what I'm talking about. How we are one and connected with each other, all my relations, and what that means, and what it means to be the observer and to observe and to take part. But so today I want to just play my hang drum here and honor and respect for all those who are not well, especially my Uncle Coco, for Samir, and for many others, countless others, and those who have transitioned, those who have crossed over. I want to hold space for them as well. And for those of you who are not well, who don't feel well, and those of you who feel that you've just need a little extra love and prayer, today, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to play it. So I ask that you grab your drums, play along with me, your shakers, your whistles, your bells, whatever you want to do. So we're going to do that. We're going to light a candle here. This candle represents everything: healing, loving, moving forward, asking for us to become closer to the Mother Earth, to be closer to her and understand her, and to be in unison with everything around us, to understand that we are not separate from it. We are with it. We are part of it. Together we have to honor one another. We have to honor that which is given to us, for us to protect as well. And give thanks to the ancestors who led the trail before us and gave us, preparation. They're the ones who moved us to this space right now. We're here because of ancestral energy, ancestral work. We're also here to heal ancestral wounds. We're also here to help heal the wounds of our ancestors who have done wrong, who have done things that we don't find conducive or good for us. But we're also here to remember the good things that were done as well as the things that we don't find as pleasing. So we rise the candle. We give thanks. Thank you, Mother Earth. Thank you, Sky Father, Earth Mother, for everything that you give to us. And we don't take it for granted. We understand that we are connected to you, with you, part of you, always. Oh. We light a little sage. What is above is below. We're all on this journey together. We're all here doing our best. And that's all we can do, and that's all we can ask for. nice sounds. So, it came to me, and I'm thinking, right now, as we're all on this earth together, human beings, animals, bacteria, germs, viruses, we all are trying to find our place in the world. Even the smallest microscopic to the largest animals on the planet all try to find their way on this planet. We all try to find our place and find our niche and find our relationships and friendships and connections. And so hopefully humanity can come together and work together and be together and understand that, we're all going through some trials right now, but these are trials that are not new. These are trials, were unfamiliar to us, things that we weren't aware of because we never had to deal with it. There were other people who had to deal with pandemics and viruses and different kinds of things that happen. It is our turn as humanity, as humans today, to experience this, for us to work together to become stronger, to become more connected to one another, to figure out ways to find solutions versus blaming who did it or didn't do what. It's more about how do we move forward now? How do we move forward in this crisis of sense that we've created? As we create more negativity, we get more negativity. As we create more positivity, we get more positivity. If we create more indifference, we get more indifference. So we really need to choose wisely what we want as a race, as a culture, as a society, as a people, as of all my relations. The animal kingdom does what it does naturally, very instinctively, without question. Humanity doesn't necessarily do that. Humans, we occupy, we build, we destroy, we move. We don't compensate back. We don't give back to the earth, which we have taken. And so that's one of the issues that we are running into, that we're taking massively without even regard for the earth mother. And we're getting punished because of our actions, not because we're bad, not because we're good. We're getting punished because of our repercussions of the things that we've done to it. The heartless discard of not wanting and understanding that the earth is a living thing. If you do not believe the earth is a living thing, then rudely you will find out very quickly that the earth will do what it does best. It cleanses itself, it cleans itself, it purifies itself. It goes into survival mode. And you are in the way of that survival mode. I am in the way of that survival mode. It doesn't matter who you are, because the earth doesn't pick who it's going to discriminate and who it's going to discriminate, who it's going to love. The earth just does its thing. Okay? It loves unconditionally. We don't love unconditionally. We believe that we do. We believe that we unconditionally love the earth. We believe that we unconditionally love other people. We do to certain degrees. But we don't fully understand what it means to be unconditional love. We've tasted it from time to time with people we care, we choose to care, and we have totally discounted other people. But Mother Earth will do her thing. So we have to be prepared to face the consequences of the things we do when we suck her blood from the ground, when we rip her coal from there. When we do the things that aren't healthy, it's like someone taking things from you, off your body. You don't need those fingers. You don't need that arm. You don't need those toes. But the Earth Mother will always love you. Sky Father will always love you. So we have to pray. We have to honor and respect. Respect each other. Respect ourselves for what we bring to the game. That game of life. And what do we bring to that game of life? I don't know. Only you know. So what can you do to help out and be part of the solution in this world that needs us to support it in order for us to live? There's a lot of people who have disregard for the planet, a lot of people who don't really care what happens because all they care about is the greenbacks. And the greenbacks will only take you so far. When you don't have any trees, any good water, any pure air, this doesn't give it to you. Right now, the land that we have is borrowed land. It's borrowed time. We're borrowing it from our children, from our grandchildren. We're supposed to be the stewards of the land and take care of it and honor it and protect it. So what can you do? Some people ask me, well, so what can I do, Iggy? Even if you see a can or a piece of paper on the ground, pick it up, throw it away, help out. It doesn't take much. And I know things can be recycled back to the earth. But even the smallest little thing can contribute and create something massively big. Okay? Because every thought starts in our brain, and it creates these great, amazing things. Our imagination is powerful. So really think about what you can do tomorrow, what you can do today, tonight, to get us forward, to get humanity in a positive light, to get us all back on track. We have enough things that are worrying us right now, and we know I'm not discounting that there's no problems on the planet. What can we do to make things better? What can we do as the human race to help make things go a little smoother? Because the belief has always been life is hard and life is tough. Somebody started saying that because for them it was. And then that was the excuse that we used when we couldn't figure out things. Well, we got to figure things out. That's our job as humans. That's a job as sentient beings on this planet, is to figure things out, make things work in our favor versus giving up and quitting. My mom used to tell me, she goes, there's a cure for everything other than death. And for years I would listen to her say that to me, and I'm going, that makes sense. Pretty much she's saying is, when man, when woman, when humanity puts their mind to it, in their heart to it, and the unconditional love to it, they can do anything. There's no excuses. There's no reason why we can't live in a world that has peace and joy and love. We choose not to live in that energy. We choose not to reside there. Some of us would like it. We talk about it, but we don't do anything about it. Oh, I want to move out to the woods and live out in the country. But yet we just talk about it and we never do it. So what will you do different in this 2021 that's coming up? What will you do differently? Pandemic or no pandemic, what will you do? What will you do to move forward and catapult humanity, yourself, the people you care about into the future? Ask yourself that. It's a very powerful question to ask. It's easy to be stuck in the everyday negative stuff. And negative's everywhere. You can find negative anything, anywhere you want. You can find the beauty and the positive just as easy. So I'm not saying we have to live in a world that's make-believe and fake. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that we have to create a world that is conducive, that encompasses everybody, not just people that we like. This is a world we have to share. This is a world that we have to be part of with other things, with microorganisms, with macroorganisms, with elephants and lions and mice and fleas and COVID. We have to coexist. We have to find ways. But our thinking here is what creates the world around us, and what opens up our heart chakra, what opens up that stuck energy sometimes, and that stuck energy here, and the stuck energy here, here, and here, all around. So we are the key to the future and the foundation of what happens on this planet. We are the answer. We are the aliens. We are the angels. We are all those things. Because we can do angelic things to help other people when we put our mind to it. We can be very distant as well. So what will humanity do? I don't know. We'll see. But I choose to move forward into the light, in the sense of where I know that I have to chop wood, carry water, and have an enlightened moment. And then once the enlightened moment's gone, chop wood and carry water and keep going. Because that's how it goes. Will it be easy? No. Will it be hard? No. It's really up to you. I hope you're enjoying my hang drum. It's really peaceful. Even when I get into fast rhythms, it's still peaceful. I hope that you understand what I'm trying to share with you tonight is just the root connection, the spontaneous evolution of things, how things can happen very quickly and very fast. Science has proven that things can just appear and disappear as quickly as they come. So all this chaos and all this randomness, as if you want to call it, has it appeared because we've created it, because we're internally angry about things? Has it appeared because Mother Earth is angry at us? Or is it a combination of things? The question we should ask ourselves is, how can we move this energy that is stifling our hearts, our feelings, our emotions, and just how do we move out of it? How can we move into a place that is inviting, encompassing of everyone? How do we do that? These are the mysteries, and these are things that we'll have to figure out along the way as we evolve spiritually, physically, emotionally, intuitively, because we have all these gifts. We have all these. Every human being has it. Just not every human being has accepted the fact that they have that or willing to explore that. When we start to understand that we are brothers and sisters in the same moment in time, that we're all sharing the same moment in time in experiencing similar things, then that should open up our heart chakras and our spirit to feel. Because this brain and this brain, two different things. So when Mother Earth asks us to take care of her, it's not a command. It's a call for love. It's a call for understanding and compassion. Yeah, we recycle. Yeah, we throw trash and things. But there's so much more that we can do. There's so much more that we should do together and work together. As humans, as thinking creatures, we have this inside of our head. Everything starts here. Every thought, every idea, every moment, everything that we ever wanted to be here. And we're not what we want to be sometimes because it's in here. It's because we've blocked it, or we shut it off, or we believed the dialogue and the programming that's been given to us. When you start cleaning house in here, other things open up. Clean the house in here, because everything starts in your mind. All creation, all manifestation, all imagination starts here. It doesn't start out there. What starts in here, we attract in, and we start to see. It becomes visible to us. We start to notice it more, because it's open. The blinders are off. So when you want to create this world that you don't have right now, understand that it all is here first, in here, in the noggin, in the brain that has never seen light before. It's all in here. Create the visions, create the affirmations, the prayers, and everything inside here. And outward things will start to come and attract into your sphere of influence, in your heart, in your spirit. How do I know this? Because I know this for myself personally. That which I project on and manifest on and grab onto happens. Will it work for you? I don't know. How powerful is your imagination? Like Albert Einstein said, imagination is very powerful. A thought travels faster than the speed of light. So I hope that that you understood what I was trying to share with you today. When we put out our prayers to the universe, they're answered. Maybe they're not received in the way or answered in the ways we may want them to be received, but they're heard. Because every word's a prayer. Every time we speak from this mouth, our mouth, it travels. It affects things. It moves things. It changes things. So anytime that you open your mouth and say something positive or negative, it affects another human being or another thing, a plant or an animal. It affects what comes out of your mouth, and you project outwardly, good or bad, it's received. How it's received, well, that's a whole different story there. It could be misconstrued, misunderstood, but it is received. Let alone the visual and the audio part of our hearing, the auditory part. When we speak from our mouth, the words that we project out to the world, we create magic. So remember the magic that you create with the things you speak. I have to remember the things that I create when I speak. Well, it's good to be here. And you know what? I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me for a little bit. And 2021 is going to be a good year. Things are going to go back into rhythm, back into harmony. We had to come into that discord a little bit. We had to get into that that energy, that crazy energy, to kind of get us back into whatever energy we really want to be in. We're going to choose differently. We're going to move differently. We're going to take life a little more serious. We're going to look at it and say, hey, you know what? It's very short. It's very short. And, it's short because, we've experienced things we've never experienced before. We've experienced things that we wouldn't wish on anybody, our children, our family. And here we are. We're now in this moment where we get to choose differently, get to decide life in a different way. So, as the holidays continue on with Christmas and other holidays and the New Year's Eve to New Year's, there's a lot of memories that people have created and those things. I know that I had some serious tragedies that occurred on New Year's Eve, and so there's some painful moments, but they're not as painful anymore because I don't want them to be painful. I want them to be a place that, these things that occur and these things that happen, and I want to see life much differently than I have been. Will I miss my folks? Will I miss my father? Will I miss my mother? Of course. But I also understand that they're with me. Even though they're not in the physical form of sense, per se, it took me a while to embrace that part and understand that, that physically I may not see them. But physically and mentally and spiritually, they've taught me things about who they were and how they acted and how they behaved and how they were and how they saw the world. Did I learn some of that? Did I take some of that on? Yes. Did I take it all on? No. I took the pieces and parts that I thought were good for me, that would help me. And there will be pieces and parts of you that will carry on legacies for other people. I will carry on the legacies that I feel that are valuable or important. I will remember and honor them. And I see those legacies carry on through my children and my grandchildren. But what I do know is I have to be more vigilant in helping the Mother Earth, more vigilant in doing my part. Not that I haven't. I just have to be more vigilant. I have to be more proactive, more understanding that she wants us to be involved and be part of her, not separate from her. She doesn't need us. We need her. We need her to be sustainable for us. Mother Earth would just evolve into something completely different if we're not sustainable. If she cannot sustain life for us, it would be something else. The next incarnation comes. Remember, the universe hates a vacuum, so it will fill it up with whatever it needs to fill it up with. I watched on Gaia, they were talking about plankton on the International Space Station in space, on the windows. And I'm thinking to myself, how did plankton get into outer space? Nothing should be able to survive, right? But the theory is that the warmth of the window inside the space station and the plankton on the glass creates life. It's like those volcanic creatures that live underneath the water, underneath those really extreme hot thermal water thermals. Kind of the same concept. Life finds a way. Life finds a way to continue, with or without us. So let us not be so arrogant to think that we're the most intelligent and the most creative being in the planet and the whole entire universe. If plankton can live in outer space, and the question is, they don't know how it got out there to begin with. It just makes you wonder, one of the smallest organisms, that can survive in the temperature. And it didn't need very much heat to stay alive. Research it. If you don't believe me, fact check me. It's okay. It's amazing. It's amazing. The things, how Mother Nature and how the universe works. It's not a mystery. What a mystery. It just does. It finds a way. You and I have to find ways to survive and make it work for us. So if there's any messages here, is that our imagination and everything is here today. That's what Mother Earth wants us to remember. Be creative. Be creative. There's always a solution. May not be the one we want at that moment in time, but there's always a solution to everything. But we are recycled back into the fabric of the earth, back into the fabric of time in the universe. Even the earth one day will not be here. She's not eternal. The sun's not eternal. The universe may not be eternal. Eternal. It's a powerful word when you start to think about it. But you don't have to get stuck on it. Enjoy life where you're at. Make it better for yourself. Because you and I make the decision what's going to work for us. If it's not working for you, then you got to readjust, recalibrate, and do what you got to do. Remember, I met a crying fish. My friend Kate and I caught a fish. She was there, and this fish cried. So if you think animals don't have feelings and emotions, I met a fish that cried, and it looked at me like it wasn't going to make it. But it was never my intention to keep him. And it cried like a little baby. In that day, I didn't follow my intuition. And that day is when I had my injury to my eye. So follow your intuition. Trust your intuition. Trust your heart. Trust that sixth sense. You know? Trust it. If it doesn't feel right, then don't do it. If it feels like something that you shouldn't venture into, don't do it. Trust in that gut feeling. Open up those chakras. So you guys have a great night. Matakuyasin. Namaste. Irisikwi. It's good to be here. Ho'oponopono. It's all my relations. It's all love. You guys have a good evening. And I'll talk to you soon. Be well. And I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in with me. Iggy Garcia, Naked Shaman. I'm out.